Hello, welcome to Sherman Shares, where I share products, services, and experiences that help you achieve your peak performance. Today we are talking about the Dreem 2 headband. I'm doing the 30-day review. Finally, it is out. I know people have asked for it, letting me know in the comments, so thank you for commenting below. Let me know what you love about this video, what you want to see next. The more you comment, the more that you interact with me, the more that I get excited to create more videos. So today I'm going to walk you through the Dreem 2 headband, what I love about it, what I don't love about it, and what I've learned using it for the past 30 days, and an app walkthrough.
Oh, and if you do plan to purchase one, if you want to use my link in the description, you get $25 off and it helps out the channel. Thank you so much.
First thing I'm going to talk about is the form factor and the charger. This is the Dreem charger right here. It's a regular micro USB on the back, and the headband just sits super clean. Just look at that, super clean right there, and it hangs, and I just love how it looks when it's on the charger. It actually looks beautiful. Yeah. This is how and every night you pick it up, you put it on your head, and then you put it back on the charger once you're done. One of the biggest things that I learned is there's these paddings that actually go inside right there. So you see that padding right there? I forgot to put that in. Actually, I didn't even know that you had to put that in. The part of the box was not labeled when I was unboxing. If you watched that video, linked below. I didn't even actually put this padding on, so it sat really loose on the charger, and there are days it didn't charge. But once I figured that out, then it sits really nicely. It just tucks right in. You just have to make sure that you don't put it like in sideways. See, you want to make sure that the two charging pieces on the bottom right there, you see those two little metal components, go straight in the middle of the charger, so it looks super clean and fresh. And then this will light up, so I always make sure that this lights up before I leave and walk away from the Dreem 2 headband. And then another thing I did is right here, as you can see, this is the band that kind of picks the tightness. There are different lengths. This is the smallest one, and they asked me to make it overlap, so let me open it up for you and show you. But when you open this little piece right here, so you see those two little circles, they're overlapping. This is the tightest setting. Typically the circles will be on the edges of this the Velcro type object, and they asked me to put it on top of one another so that way it'll be the tightest as possible. There's two sensors right here that kind of have that little spidey feeling like right there, and then the rest of the sensors for the EEG are right up here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you focus? There we go, they're right here. And this is an FDA medical class device. So the USA version does not do the deep sleep simulations, whereas the Canadian and the European versions do sleep stimulations. But other than that, pretty much everything else is the same. I kind of wish I ordered it and got it shipped to some supplier or someone in Canada and then had it shipped to me, which I should have done, because I think the deep sleep simulations are what actually drive an impact. I think that has the biggest factor. I think there have been studies that show that with these specific sounds, it can increase your deep sleep by 10%. How do we like the new look with the mustache? Is this good, bad? I'm wearing a beanie. And the reason I put it on the tightest setting is because it kind of sits loose on my head. I also shaved my head for this because I was getting a lot of signal quality issues. So I was like, what if I shave my head? Will I get better data? And how it works is you take this band, you put it over, you want to get this in the middle of your forehead, and then the back part of it, you want it to kind of align near the lower part of your head, so kind of closer right there, and you want to make sure these 2 points are glued in, as well as the front is pretty secure. And then what you do is you grab the top and you pull it back to tighten even more, and that's what I'll do. So in terms of this fit, it's still pretty kind of loose. If I move around in bed a lot, it'll start to like right now it feels firm, but once I move around, I hit something, then it starts to shift and like things like that. So it it doesn't stay in place all the time, and I'm continuing getting sleep quality issues every maybe once a week or once every other week, which is a big challenge. And I think that's when the signal quality drops below the 80% threshold, is when they send me an email or they sometimes will notify me in the app. And one way I've tried to secure the headband is by using a sleeping headband, which I wear over the Dreem. And this is also good for just keeping my eyes dark, because if there's a lot of light pollution outside, I'll put this over my eyes and I'll wrap it around. And this creates a tighter seal on top as well as on the back. And this headband is less likely to move when I'm wearing this. And I love this for multiple reasons. It holds the Dreem headband in place. And when I go to bed and I put this on, it's kind of my body knows it's time to sleep. So that ritual, and it just keeps light pollution out. So it's much easier to sleep actually with this. And I've noticed I can sleep in later because there's less light that wakes me up in the morning. Big benefit. Sleeping in the dark is huge. That is probably the easiest and cheapest way not to get like blackout curtains in your bedroom. When it comes to using the actual device, so right here, you can see there's a button, right? if I press this button, it is a little bit slow, which I've noticed. So if I take it off the charger, I put it on my head, I might lay in bed, play with my phone a little bit. A couple minutes later, the device will kind of go to sleep. I press the button once, nothing happens. So I have to wait, I probably wait like a couple seconds, and then I'll press the button again. I'll see if you can hear it. It uses bone induction to kind of send sounds to you. So I'm gonna try to press it. And that is the sound that it makes when you press the button. And then you can turn the volume up and down using the slider. I don't know, can you hear that? So once I put it on, a big thing that I do love about it is I don't have to carry my phone with me when I'm going to bed or worry about charging my device. So I will try to keep my phone out of the room somewhere else, and I'll use this as my alarm to wake up in the morning. It's an expensive alarm, I know, very expensive, but I think it's super powerful that it allows me to disconnect from my phone. At least I try to. There are still times I bring my phone with me into bed. And then the second piece that I love about it is before I go to bed, it does a lot of breathing exercises. So there's this like breathing one that you can do, and it'll play like a river and a stream as the background, and then it does like inhale, exhale, and I will follow that as a guide. And that has just trained me to do breathing exercises before bed. And that's another feature I love about it. So that alarm and the breathing exercises are probably the two most important features that I love and use it for. I just wish it had the deep sleep stimulations for the USA version. So this is an EEG headband. And it uses brain waves, so it's the most accurate when it comes to tracking your actual sleep stages, and that's another powerful component. You can export the data, but they don't have current APIs that you can use to connect it. I use BioLoop, I think it's called, and I connect my Oura Ring data to that, and that I can do experiments and understand things, but it's not beneficial for sleep stages, so I feel like I trust this much more, but it's harder to connect it to things and understand the data. It's possible, it's just harder. Another piece is the snoozing. So if the alarm is going off, I'll press the button and it'll snooze. I don't know, sometimes it's really short, sometimes it's pretty fast, and I don't know if it's based on how, if I fall asleep again, it'll try to wake me up, or if I'm staying in light sleep, it might not go until I reach like a deeper state of sleep before it unsnoozes. So that I found the snooze is pretty quick, and it's like, I just keep pressing and it just keeps waking me up. So there's no real like 7-minute or 5-minute snooze factor like you might have in other alarms. This is the app right here. One thing about it is, watch, I'm gonna close it. When I open it up, it takes quite a bit of time to load, as you can see here. Let's just give it some time. So this is usually, if I wake up in the morning, this is how long it takes to load. It takes a couple iterations. I don't know why. There we go. It's pairing with the headband because it's on. Once you pair, you have to start your night from your phone. If it's not paired, you can start it with the button. So I try my best not to pair my phone with the device unless I need to. I usually only pair it in the morning to get the data. And then you can see here when I went to bed, when I woke up, and you can see there's a big chunk of gray on the left-hand side, and that's when I went to bed, but I wasn't actually sleeping. So that's what it's kind of telling me. And then you can tap on it, it'll tell you efficiency, how long I was awake for, 42 minutes, 6 awakenings. Day feeling is something that I add, and I can change that depending on the day. And then sleep schedule, it's saying I'm poor because I usually go to bed late than I planned. And then this is where I can see my sleep stages. So this is the reason why I got the sleep stages. Deep sleep, only 30 minutes. I haven't been working out as much, so I've been having less deep sleep. REM sleep, 5 hours almost. For some reason, I'm having a lot more REM sleep. And usually REM is in the later in the night, so I don't know why I've got some before I even go into deep. Light sleep, just a tad, 1 hour and 23. And then I was awake for 1 hour and 16 minutes, and you can drag the slider to see which position you were in, what your heart rate was at that time, my breathing rate during that moment. So you can see I woke up here. I think I woke up here and went to use the restroom, but there you can see all the data and the position. So I'm mainly a side sleeper, as you can tell from this data. And then I can hit quality and I can see this data, and I can see this for each day. So I can go back to the night before, same thing. Poor, day feeling good. I've got my deep sleep 30 minutes again, REM sleep almost 5 hours, light sleep 1 hour and 23. So what's fascinating is, right, deep sleep 30 minutes. If I go to the Oura Ring and go to sleep right here, it says deep sleep 1 hour and a half. So that's 3 times more. It's saying 21%. REM sleep 1 hour and 53 minutes, right? If I come back here and I go to my sleep stages, whoops. Oh, I didn't know I did that. REM sleep almost 5 hours, whereas here it's saying 1 hour and 53 minutes. Efficiency 92, total sleep 7.5.
Here it's telling me 6 hours and 50 minutes, and my efficiency was 84%. So the numbers are definitely different from the Aura Ring and the Dreem Headband. I don't know which one to trust. I would personally go for sleep stages with the Dreem Headband. So that might show you that either the Dreem Headband is totally inaccurate, even though it's an EEG, or the Aura Ring is not that good at guessing. And I figured out a new feature, right? I can tap sleep onset. I can see my last 7 nights, the 30 previous nights, my efficiency. It's around 84, 85. My day feeling, pretty good the past couple nights. My awakenings, right, at 5 to 6. And night, usually I wake up around 40 minutes. Sleep schedule, pretty poor. That's cool, I didn't know I did that. And then it'll give you cards each night. So I can tap these cards. Tells me that I slept 17 minutes faster than I usually do of my average for the previous month. It tells me what time I woke up in my REM sleep at 6:16 a.m. And if I did, so I woke up before my alarm went off. Okay, here we go. It tells that I snoozed my alarm 5 times in total. So that's what I'm saying, the snooze is so fast that I'm just snoozing over and over again to get that data. And here's like a great night. I didn't put the day feeling, but you can go ahead and add a day feeling. That's really the only journaling component. Whoop has a great journaling component to it. I wish they kind of integrated that here. 28 minutes of deep sleep. So for some reason, I have not been getting a lot of deep sleep. 3 hours of light and 40 minutes of wake. And then in the morning, the same thing, right? I press this button and hold it to turn it on. In the morning, I'll press and hold to turn the night off, and then I'll put it back on the headstand. So there is a manual component to starting and ending the night, but since I'm wearing the device, totally fine. And since it's not my iPhone that I have to use in bed or near my bed. And then here you can see there's a night option, a nap and relax. I actually haven't used the nap or relax. And inside there, I have my respiration and stream. So respiration is the breathing exercises. Oh, it's playing through the actual device right now. And then it'll put the stream in the background. So I'm doing breathing exercises. I have my alarm with a 15-minute gap. So it'll try to wake me up at 7 unless with a 15 minutes, like whenever I'm in light sleep, ideally, not in REM. I can see the battery. And then it's got the live EEG. So now I've got the headband on and you'll be able to see my heart rate. So when I close my eyes, right now my eyes are open, so there's a lot of brain activity. And I'm gonna close my eyes and the brain activity should drop when I do that. Let's see, close my eyes. See, it slowed down now. Open my eyes, it's back up again. Close my eyes. Open my eyes. Boom, and it just starts to jump up and down. And it shows you that you can actually see it. 62 beats per minute. That's pretty low, especially when I'm recording a video. Position your headband and then the settings and all that jazz. Another feature that I tried using it, but I haven't even got through one of the courses because I honestly got a little bit confused. This is what they're trying to do more of, is their sleep courses. I got through like 13 days, I think, or I don't know. I didn't really do much. What you're supposed to do, I think, is check off these boxes, but it's a bit confusing. They don't give you notifications for the course, but I think I was like checking it off and then I just didn't get notifications, so I stopped. They have things you can read. And then videos you can watch. So here's a cool video.
Together, we'll go over different morning rituals that can help you start the day on the right foot in a great state of mind.
Right.
Did you know they had an
super cool background, and then they have cards where you can go and review the things that they talk about, and then just teach you how to have a better night's sleep. I think these things will have a bigger impact if you're not doing those correctly. The deep sleep stimulations will not matter, so it's important to do those first. And yeah, I'm supposed to check these off. It's just, they don't make it that easy. So that's one of the downsides to it, right? I pick a calm activity, I can finish the program. And then they have other courses, right, that you can take. I did 1 or 2. They have three programs. So that's like another value piece of it. I can go ahead and change my sleep schedule. Haven't really been on it. It's got a bedtime reminder. Yeah, and then it connects to HealthKit, but the only data it exports is when you went to bed and when you woke up. So it's really just like simple. It doesn't do the sleep stages at all. Another thing I do love about it is the sleep report. So you get a weekly sleep report. It'll pop up after you've worn it for 7 days in a row. And as you can see here, it'll compare with the 7 nights before. I've worn this for almost 3 months now. and it'll say last 7 days compared to the previous 7 days. How's your sleep onset, awakenings, agitations, fragmentations, deep sleep, and then it goes into different durations. And you can kind of see most of the stuff has been kind of the same. Awakenings have dropped. My deep sleep has drastically dropped, I think, because I'm not working out, so my body doesn't need as much recovery. And then my sleep schedule will tell me, am I being consistent, right? The thing I've learned, I think, is waking up at the same time is the most important when it comes to having the best sleep. So just being diligent in the time you wake up being the same every single day. And trying to go to bed when you're tired. My sleep efficiency, it's above 80%, and then like they recommend there are different breathing exercises that you can do. I personally did not like the other ones that they have, so if I go in this respiration, they have body scan, they have cognition where it says a whole bunch of random words, they have calming, reminisce, and mind palace. Just haven't been a big fan. Maybe this would be good. I wish you could add in your own, like if I could do like Wim Hof breathing right before I go to bed, or different pieces like that. I would love to do that. I wish you could, they had more options than just these. Some of these are kind of weird, especially the cognition one. I tried it once, I did not like it at all. Now, do I recommend this device? I would if you care about not having your phone in your room, you have the money, and you want something that will help you go to bed as well as wake up and track your sleep stages. If tracking sleep stages with the most possible accuracy that you can right now, then this is probably the best. I know there's the Philips deep sleep headband. That one is not really a full EEG, I've heard, but that one does do sleep stimulations in the United States. So ideally, I think I would go with the Canadian version of this if you live in the United States to get the deep sleep stimulations. Other than that, it just becomes a tracking device, and I still do wear it every night. It's become a habit as an alarm and as a breathing exercises for me to go to bed. Other than that, I don't think it's worth it to purchase if those things are not important to you. I also forgot, if you're traveling with it, there's no traveling case. You can, and I went to San Francisco for 7 days from Denver, and I used it in my hotel, and it connected via Bluetooth to my phone, and I was able to pull the data and see it in real time, but it didn't have Wi-Fi, so I think it wasn't able to do any software updates, which is totally okay for 7 days, but I didn't have a travel case, so it's kind of flimsy on the top, and I'm kind of wish that they had a travel case or somehow you could travel with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's still nice. I think it's got some room to grow. I think there's improvement to make the headband much tighter. I have the Muse meditation headband, which is also an EEG, and I hope they update this with sleep stuff. But look how much smaller this is. Yeah, it's bigger on the front and it's got a battery, but the thickness on the sides and the tightness of this is like immensely different. This is on its biggest setting and it barely fits my head, whereas this is on the tightest setting and it's like almost too big. So it's like, what's going on? There's barely any overlap between these two types of EEGs. And I wear them in the same way. Like, you need to have that one around your ears. This one's kind of around your ears and it's middle of forehead. So I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Dreem 2 headband 90-day review, much longer than you probably expected. I hope this information helped you making your buying decision. Please like this video, subscribe, let me know what other products you want to see. I love making these videos only if you appreciate the content, so just let me know in the comments below. Help me out with the algorithm. Share this video. If you put a comment, like, it helps get the video out there. Once again, Shervin shares. Let's get our peak performance together. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. New area for the videos. I got my mic in a new place right here. I hope the audio sounds good. I hope everything's good.